Welcome back. It's now time for your lunchtime sports. The West Indies went down by 8 wickets to Australia in the third one-day international in Canberra on Tuesday as the hosts created history on their way to completing a 3-0 series sweep. They won with 48.1 overs to spare, making it the shortest completed ODI played in Australia. Xavier Bartlett took 4 for 21 for Australia as the Caribbean team collapsed from 38 for 1 to 86 all out. Ali Gathanase with 32 was the only Windies batter to score more than a dozen runs, with extras 13 outscoring all other batters as they were dismissed in 24.1 overs. Australia then raced to 87 for 2 inside 7 overs to achieve victory. Jake Fraser McGurk made 41, while Josh Inglis was left unbeaten on 35. Alzari Joseph and Jamaica's O'Shane Thomas took a wicket each. The 32-over match took just over 3 hours to complete. The two sides will now face each other in a 3-match 2020 series starting on Friday in Hobart. Now, while regional cricket is set to return to Jamaica this week with the 2 first-round matches at Sabina Park and Shedrin Park, questions are being raised about the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium and why it has not been selected to host any of the matches. CEO of the Jamaica Cricket Association, Courtney Francis, says that plans are in place to have games brought to the North Coast for the last set of matches.
Trelawney is in contention. Consideration was given for it. The West Indies Cricket Board sent out a team of persons here initially. Trelawney was one of the venues that they had checked. Trelawney, they checked in St. Anne, Kaiser. They checked our next venue in St. Anne. They checked venues all over the country. However, though, based on logistics and the costing, then they made a determination that these would have been the venues for the first 3 rounds of matches.
Meanwhile, Francis says a change in management structure at Sabina Park has placed a heavier burden on the Jamaica Cricket Association.
The company Sabina Park Holdings has been reduced significantly as it relates to its staffing. The company is they're trying to wind up the company, so I figure within short order that maybe just a shell company. But all those responsibilities of running the park and having those challenges as now in with the JCA. So therefore, we have more work now with the same or less staff.
Jamaica Scorpions will take on Wynand Islands at Sabina Park on Wednesday, while Barbados Pride square off with the combined campuses and colleges start at Shedrin Park. Tivoli Gardens are up to 4th in the Ray and Nephew Jamaica Premier League standings following a come-from-behind 3-1 win over Derby rivals Arnett Gardens in the feature Monday night game at the Stadium East Complex. Arnett went in front in the 57th minute through Fabian Reid, but after Howard Morris was sent off in the 62nd minute, Tivoli found themselves level when Justin Dunn scored in the 73rd minute. Now, 2 minutes later, former Arnett Gardens player Steve Clark scored his first of a double. He pushed the West Kingston team out of sight in the 80th minute. Tivoli are up to 34 points, while Arnett slipped to 5th with their 33 points. Now, earlier at the venue, former champions Harbourview picked up win number 4 of the campaign with a 4-2 win over Humble Lion. The Stars of the East were in front after 30 minutes thanks to David Reid, and that was extended on the stroke of half-time by Orlando Harding. Joshua Anglin found the target in the 63rd minute and Omar Thompson in the 70th for the Lolo Bernard coached team. James Thomas was on the score sheet for Humble Lion with a double in minutes 76 and a second-half stoppage time. And that is the final whistle. And I am Jermaine Brown. Shane, back to you.
Thanks, Jermaine. And that's the Midday News. I'm Shane Masters. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, have a good afternoon.